Hello, hello. Hi, guys. Okay, Facebook time, maybe. Welcome. I'm going to be talking about top oils for kids today. My name is Leah Hendershot, and I am over on Facebook at Flourishing Roots Home. And what I do is I love to share easy, natural, safe, cheap, and effective natural solutions for your family. I have been sharing Doterra essential oils in my more natural lifestyle journey for quite a few years now. And Doterra just kind of fell into place for me there, and I started using them with my family. And we pretty much take care of almost everything, not, besides, major things, all of our just day in, day out health needs with essential oils, with Doterra essential oils particularly. So I love to share that information along with just a healthy lifestyle. So if you're seeing this on YouTube, go to Facebook and search for Flourishing Roots Home. And I just share a lot of oil info there and natural living and real food and gardening and things such as that. So just to help you ease into a better life. I believe that health begins at home. And that's where we can really begin to take charge and empower ourselves in our health. So follow me over there. Anything else? I think that's it. So we're going to jump right into top oils for kids. Now, Doterra is the world leader in essential oils for their purity and their potency. So when you use these on your kids, you know that you are getting the purest and the most potent, and they're going to work the same way every single time for your family. So if they have a tummy ache, you know that you can use these oils once, and next time it's going to work the same. It's going to be just as potent, work exactly the same way. No synthetics, no fillers, no pesticides, anything like that. So Doterra sources their oils from around the world, and they make sure that they are harvested at the proper time, processed the proper way, and then they rigorously test them so you can trust them for your family. So I'm going to put on Adaptive here. This is one of my favorites for adults and kids, and it's a calming blend. And excuse, I actually have some poison oak, so if you see my sad arm here, I'm overcoming poison oak. It looks worse than it is. So anyway, just want to explain that. I don't have like the plague or something. But I love my Adaptive. It smells so good. You can use these oils, like this one doesn't have a supplement fact on the back, so you can just diffuse it or use it topically. But if they have a supplement fact like lemon oil or frankincense or peppermint, those can be taken internally. So I like topical application for oils like this because I can smell them and get them working with that directly to my brain. That's one of the quickest ways to get them to work is just to inhale them. They work super fast. So what else can we do? What else do I have here? Some Serenity. I just like to get calmed down before I start. So just dab some in your hands. And inhale it. Oh, so good. Serenity is also the restful blend. We'll talk about that too. And sometimes one of the best places too is the back of your neck, right at your brain stem. It's a really good spot to get oils working. Bottoms of your feet, anywhere like that. So I love my oils, putting them everywhere. Behind your ears is kind of nice. And I also like to rub them through my hair because I have a lot of hair. So it's like a natural diffuser. So it gets me calmed down. And I can smell it for a while. You can just feel it changing your mood. Okay, top oils for kids. I do have some notes to keep myself on track. I have my handy dandy book here. I give people a book when they get started because you have to have a book just for day in, day out. You can't know it all about oils. So that's how I've learned what I know, using them and reading the books. So when we talk about oils for kids, we talk about two main things, and obviously that's physically and mentally. And what is often most upsetting to us when we have kids that are going through something, especially mentally, emotionally, is we feel like we're ill-equipped. Like, what do I do? What do I do with the situation, especially when it's an emotional issue? So we feel like we don't have the knowledge that we need, and we feel like we don't have the tools we need to care for them in that mental, emotional aspect. We know physically we have more things we can rely on, whether it's something, from the store, over the counter, or things you have in your home. Me personally, we rely a lot on those things in our home for the physical side of it. But transitioning into the mental, emotional, mood side of oils for kids. Kids are super responsive to oils. Like, kids are just they'll just instantly fall in love with oils. They love smells. Kids love smells, if you know that. Sometimes a little too much, sometimes weird smells. But they also like touch, healthy touch, obviously. And with oils, we get both of those. We get the aroma, and we can use them in a healing way, a healing touch also for them. So when your child smells an oil, so one of the quickest ways to get oils to work, to see an immediate reaction in your body, is to smell them, because our bodies are key. We're very much connected to the smell of things, especially if I think as moms, we really have a keen sense of smell. But when you smell an oil like Serenity, it hits your olfactory bulb, and that has a direct link to your brain. So that's related to memory, it's related to mood, it can even regulate your heart rate. All those smells can bring about things. So what I always say is, you may smell like for me, like honey ham. If I smell honey ham, I'm instantly transported back to a calm time when I was a little kid. So our brains remember smells for certain reasons. And oils, when they're smelled, work super fast for the brain. It goes directly to the brain, and can start to support us and even help adjust our mood and the way we feel. So smelling oils is super, super fast. Now, when you combine that with the healing touch of oils, it can be, so the oils are working fast, kids love those aromas, plus healing touch. It's just very comforting for kids. So you can use oils to change a situation with your children, not only physically, but we're talking about the mental side, very, very, very quickly. You can really see a big change in their behavior and their response to a situation just by using oils, diffusing oils in your home, applying them topically to them. When you get started, I have a video about, or you even could search on my Flourishing Roots homepage, where I talked about an aroma touch technique. But that's a technique of oils in a certain sequence. But literally, if your child is upset, you could get some lavender. You could just get some lavender and rub it in your hands, and just rub it on their feet and talk to them, and you get that physical touch, or down their spine, anything like that. So it's a really fast way to help your kids, especially during times of, a mood swing or overwhelm. A lot of children are overwhelmed right now. It's really, really a nice thing to have. So we have the physical side. We'll talk about that in a minute. Obviously, we have a lot of those. I'm going to give you guys some oil suggestions. But one of my favorite things is just to let kids experiment with oils. Now, we don't let them experiment with the hot oils. And I also teach about that in my private group, like oregano, thyme, lemongrass, some of those hot ones. But otherwise, or too much peppermint, but a little peppermint should be fine. But they start to, hi Ruth, they start to discover their favorites, and they start to make their own blends, and they have their favorite. And literally, my 9-year-old, on his birthday list, he says he wants his own little kit of oils. We have like 200 in our house, but he's learned that those really, really help him. I think as parents or caregivers, whatever your role, whatever the kids have in your life, even if you're a teacher, we can, rely on our instinct. And we know that with oils, we can have a few simple things in our home to help us prevent issues from happening, support bodies to be healthy, and help our kids just stay well physically and mentally. One of my favorite parts about oils and kids is that from a young age they learn, it's super, super simple, but they really learn to start taking care of themselves. And you might think, what are you talking about, like an oil? But, oh, can't do that. I've got my notes here I'm trying to keep from flying away. It teaches them in a very simple and easy way to have confidence in the decisions they make for their health. And that's huge. Of course we emphasize healthy food. We're a good influence. We're a good example before them. But it's something about a child taking, say, Calmer. This is a specifically kids blend, even though anybody can use it. And realizing, hey, I'm just, I'm really, I feel really anxious, or I feel really angry, or something like that. And they can take this oil and they use it on themselves. And they, of course I teach my kids how to use it. And they start to build confidence in making their own decisions. And we talk about, about empowering kids and empowering people. This is an amazing way to get kids interested in empowering themselves in their health. And that lays a good foundation for the rest of their life, because they start making those decisions by themselves, and they start being aware of healthy decisions. So oils are just a really easy way to get your kids to start to think about taking care of themselves. And that affects, like I said, their whole life, their mental, their physical, all of those areas. So that's one of my favorite parts. Makes your kids more aware of health and wellness, and how the potentials are in the world, instead of just nothing wrong with going to the doctor or anything like that. But hey, we can start to have our own solutions in our home, and I think that's where I believe health begins, is in your home. So let's move to some of the oils for physical side for kids, and then for the mental, emotional focus, all of that. And then at the end, I'll give you guys some suggestions for certain things. And you can, so I would suggest, if you're watching this later, get a pen and pad, and then at the end I'll also help you know where to go to get started, okay? If you're haven't gotten started with oils yet. So first of all, we're going to talk about the physical, and I'm going to talk about a lot of oils that are considered the top oils, the top 10 to 15 oils, and all of these are in a starter kit of some sort. So Doterra offers us some starter kits. If you're not with Doterra, that gets you a free wholesale account, and it gets you discounted oils. Actually, some of the oils are free with those kits, and sets you up just to tackle a lot of things in your home. Have a wide variety of things. So first of all, let's just talk. I'm going to go over those first, and then at the end, I will tell you about the kids collection. So first, the physical. So skin. What can we use for skin in our kiddos? So anything dealing with the skin. That could be, like me, having reactions to things. That could be, just dry skin, promote more of a healthy moisture level in the skin, or irritation, a bug bite, an abrasion, a boo-boo. Some of my favorites are, where is it at? Lavender. We talked about lavender. We'll talk about lavender again here in a minute for the mental. So lavender is one of my favorites. A lot of people are familiar with it. So it's safe for just topical application. It has supplement facts, so you actually can use it internally as well. Another favorite one, and it's also an analgesic, so it naturally numbs, good for skin, or even oral irritation, is Melaleuca, also called tea tree. So it says tea tree, but down at the bottom it says Melaleuca, blah, 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 blah. It can be labeled either. Doterra switched into tea tree. It used to say Melaleuca. But this is a super gentle oil for any sort of skin issue. Super gentle for babies as well, which is really, really nice. So is lavender. I always recommend with babies, you just put, fractionated coconut oil and apply it to their skin, maybe 1 drop in a teaspoon, and see how it does on their skin. If you ever think you've gotten too much oil, just add more fractionated coconut oil. Don't add water trying to wash it off or something. Just dilute it a little bit. But that is really, really good combination for skin, anything skin related. Another one for skin, frankincense. This is a small bottle. It usually comes in a big one. I don't even know how I got this small one. But it usually comes in a 15 mil, which is 3 times the amount. but I have this little small one. I think I won it somewhere. So anyway, frankincense is another good one. It's very good to promote proper cellular health, and we're made up of cells. So frankincense is super good for your skin, for soothing the skin, for skin evening out skin tone, things such as that. Next, with kiddos, we know that oftentimes they either eat too much or eat the wrong thing. So overeat, eat the wrong thing, catch a little bug, a little tummy irritation, or they wake up in the middle of the night, gas, any hurts, any issue. Hands down, one of our favorites around our house is Digestin. This is the digestive. Now the blends, so we talked about lavender, tea tree, Melaleuca. Those are single oils. Digestin is a blend of oils specifically formulated for digestive health. So one of my favorite ways is to take this, apply some fractionated coconut oil to wherever they're hurting, and then apply Digestin and then a little bit more fractionated coconut oil. Because this does have peppermint in it, so it can be a little bit warm. Usually it's totally fine, but especially for babies, we want to heavily dilute things. The smaller the child, more heavily diluted. So proper, ratios are not going to dilute how effective the oil is. It actually can help it keep it from flashing off your skin, evaporating off your skin. So, like put a drop of this on your child's tummy and then a little fractionated coconut oil and rub it in. They will find good relief. This is also safe for internal consumption. So if you have older kids, you could put it in an empty capsule and have them take it. That's a really good one. Peppermint, just by itself, is also good for digestive issues. And let's see, what else? Lemon is also very cleansing. So if you got anything going on where you feel like it needs to be kind of cleansed, you can put this in some water or some warm tea and have them drink it. This will really help. And also peppermint tea. You can put a drop of peppermint in some hot tea and with some honey or by itself, and that will help soothe their little tummies. Okay, next is respiratory. I love the respiratory, all the things respiratory, because I feel like we live in the city, obviously. Oh no, I forgot to bring my breathe out. We'll just have to imagine it's here. I feel we live in the city, and I think, we're in, even though we get outside, I feel like more now than ever people are inside, obviously. In the winter, and things just get stuffy. I feel like diffusing breathe, which let's just imagine this is breathe. This is really peppermint, but breathe has peppermint. I like diffusing breathe all the time pretty much, but especially in the winter. We're going to talk about OnGuard here in a minute, and you'll understand why I like those two together. So for respiratory health, it's called Breathe, B-R-E-A-T-H-E. I really like Breathe for helping open airways. I like to so when you walk into a room, you can breathe better. At night, it really helps your kids to sleep better because it's opening their airways. So Breathe is another top one. Along the same lines, you'll see some repeats here. Peppermint is also super good, and lemon. So you can combine these with Breathe. Aromatically, Breathe cannot be taken internally, but aromatically, peppermint and lemon can. They can also be used topically in a massage. So use a little bit of peppermint because too much can get a little warm, but you'd have to use quite a bit. But still, just a drop or two of peppermint with some lemon over like the chest area, or the Breathe respiratory oil. That will really help open airways and open sinuses up. Next, okay, we're just going to talk about aches and pains that kiddos have, particularly sometimes in their joints and in their muscles and things like that. So pain, aches, cramps. I do have a train near me. It always goes off when I'm doing these videos. Let's take a little break here. Try and talk. You're going to see a lot of repeats with a lot of these oils, and that's why they're in the top like 10 to 15 oils, because we use them so much. So we're going to talk aches, pains, cramps, anything like that related. So for ear support, we can use the tea tree again. I'm itching. My poison oak is itching. Poison ivy. Wow, it's really letting us know it's here. It's like a block away. Okay, so back to that. For ear support, so any sort of ear discomfort, Melaleuca and lavender. We do not put these down the ear canal. No ear canal. You can put them on a cotton ball and just right here in the ear or around the outside of the ear. Around the ear is also really good. So usually I will do all of those. I will put it on a cotton ball, make sure it's absorbed into the cotton ball first, and stick it there, and then I'll rub it around their ear, all around their ear, like that. That's a really good combo for ears. If you want to be really proactive, you also could heavily dilute OnGuard. We haven't talked about OnGuard yet, but heavily dilute that and add that to around their ear. But like I said, OnGuard has some warmer oils, so heavily dilute that one. So like a drop to like a teaspoon, and see how they feel. Let's see, for like muscle aches or muscle cramps or any sort of pain related to growing, then we like Deep Blue. Deep Blue is a favorite. It does come also in a ready-made like lotion. It's called Deep Blue Rub, but I like having this one around. So I just mix it with a little fractionated coconut oil. I would just do 1 drop for a teaspoon for kids, and see how that feels to them, and rub it into like their achy muscles or whatever they have going on. And it really brings good relief. Now, if you have older kids, teen girls that are going, that need support during their cycle, this is really good as well to rub directly over the uterus and really help soothe that area. What else? Oh, there's also another one called Aroma Touch. We're not going to get into it today, but that's another just a little milder smell. If you think this is a little strong, it has wintergreen in it. So Aroma Touch is another really good one for that as well. Let's see, what else? Frankincense is also really good to rub into areas that are feeling pain. And peppermint. So we're going to go over these all again. So dilute peppermint, a little extra. And that's another good one for aches and pains. Okay, seasonal. If you need seasonal support, so when the seasons change and things bloom, a really good combo for kiddos. You can diffuse this. You can apply it to the bottoms of their feet. Is LLP. Lemon. Let's see if I can hold these up. Lemon, lavender, and peppermint. This is a super good way. So diffuse it in your home all the time. Bottoms of their feet. You can, if you think you're going to use it a lot, you can make a 10 milliliter roller. I always encourage everyone when they get started to add a pack of those from Doterra. They're like $2 or $3. You can make your own lemon, lavender, and peppermint, and rub it down their spine, the bottoms of their feet, and over their neck lymph node areas. They also can be taken internally in a capsule if your child is older, an empty capsule, empty veggie cap. All these are safe for internal consumption. And what else was I going to say? Oh, OnGuard. So OnGuard, we haven't gotten to OnGuard yet. Somehow. My favorite, it's called the Protective Blend, but think of it as anything to support the immune system. So if you feel like any sort of immune threat or immune response in your body, OnGuard. So like right now with my poison ivy, I've been taking, Doterra actually has OnGuard soft gels. So I've been supporting my immune system with those soft gels. But this is just for your kiddos. Dilute it. Again, because it has some warmer oils, clove and cinnamon in it. But just dilute it. Like I said, I start out with like a drop and like maybe a teaspoon, and rub it on the bottoms of their feet, down their spine. Now, if you want to just support their immune system throughout all the time, I would recommend making a 10 milliliter roller bottle, maybe 10 drops, and fill the rest with fractionated coconut oil and see how that feels on their skin, and just apply it day and night. You can diffuse it as well for their immune support, seasonal support, anything like that. So that just leads us directly into the immune side of it. So immune support, this is your best friend. I, through the winter especially, diffuse OnGuard and Breathe all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. They're getting the respiratory support. My kids are getting the respiratory support and the immune support with OnGuard. This stuff is amazing. If you have seasonal issues, then I like to take this and in a roller or directly put it over my lymph nodes. And if my nose is running, I will swipe it just down my nose and sometimes here. And it's like, boom, my nose stops running. So that's another good way. Anything immune related, whether it's seasonal, you've come into contact with something like me, or anything like that, OnGuard is just amazing. Doterra has a whole line of OnGuard stuff. That's how amazing it is. Lastly, in the physical side, we're going to talk about like boo-boos, so injuries. First and foremost, the first thing, tea tree. Tea tree is 12 times the, is it astringent? Is that the right word? Antiseptic. Is 12 times the antiseptic power of phenol. So phenol is usually used in like chloroseptic sprays and things, and it's toxic. But tea tree is like 12 times the potency of that. But it's so gentle. It's such a gentle oil. You can use it for the same thing. So it's the first we do for boo-boos, scratches, burns, anything like that. So it's also super good for any oral issues, any pain, irritations, soreness, anything like that. Tea tree is one of ours. We also like frankincense for that same reason. There's Frankie. Really promotes those cells to properly replicate and be healthy while you're healing. And also lavender is another good one. Now we keep lavender in our kitchen, especially too for burns. That's one of the first things we go to. Cool it down, then apply lavender. And then also for, let's see. Oh, I didn't bring it out. Also another really good one is Copaiba. So that's another in kind of the top 15. Here comes the cops. Actually, that's not the cops. That's the ambulance. First responder. Okay, so we're done with the physical. So you saw a lot of those oils repeated. And that's because every oil literally probably has 1,000 uses, and we've barely scratched the surface of what these oils can do. So that's why you'll hear them repeated over and over and over, because we can rely on these kind of top 10 to 15 for a lot of issues. So next, let's just quickly go over the mental side, mental, emotionally, mood, anything like that. So one of my favorites, especially this time of year, for focus. So a lot of us are doing things differently. You're doing things differently at home. Your children have school at home. You need to focus. A really good combination is peppermint. Where's peppermint? Peppermint by itself is super good. So you can put it in your hand like I did. Inhale. You can, topically it's kind of cooling. A little bit of peppermint is cooling to the skin, but peppermint is also really good with wild orange to diffuse. Super good to diffuse. Or peppermint and where's my other, what I have? Peppermint and frankincense. These are actually good together. Or you can do the old switcheroo. Frankincense and lavender are really good to help with focus as well. And then we have one called Balance. This one helps just kind of calm you down and help you focus, and it has frankincense in it. So frankincense is one of my favorites. It's grounding blend and it smells so amazing. Oh my goodness. So this is another one that really helps me focus and calm down. Now leading into calming, talked about balance. This one can instantly, it works so super well instantly in your brain. Just put it on your hands, sit there, inhale it. I often release whatever's making me feel uncalm. But another super good one, and this one comes in a bottle as well, so you can diffuse it, but I had the roller out, is Adaptive. This is our calming blend. I put that on at the beginning. So it smells just as amazing. My brain had the same reaction when I smelled Balance years ago, and when it smelled Adaptive last year when Doterra came out with it. It is a different smell, but it's so good. So if your kids are struggling, they're feeling kind of, they have feelings of feeling really anxious, or they feel really maybe out of control, or like they can't just get it together. Balance and the adaptive are really good either by themselves or together. Also, adaptive and wild orange are really good together as well. So next we're going to talk about sleep. So sometimes kids, especially when they are kind of having a lot of things coming at them, or maybe they just don't sleep very well. So we have some good stuff for that. We haven't talked about Serenity yet. So Serenity can be used to calm anything down as well, but it's really, really good at night. Serenity is a blend. It's called the Restful Blend. I like to diffuse it at night particularly. But it can just keep your whole home feeling calmer. It's also really good for traveling if you feel like your kid's kind of get antsy. It's a really good way to do that. So Serenity is also super good with wild orange. So those are super good together. Wild orange has sedative properties, so it's really just enhances Serenity even more. Another just old faithful for sleep is lavender. Lavender, you can do lavender and wild orange. You could do lavender and balance. You got a lot of options if you're a person that likes to experiment. Finally, let's just talk about, since all this is kind of related, is mood. So mood, adaptive and balance. Some of my faves. If you feel like mood swings are getting a little crazy in your house, that's a good combination. Frankincense and lavender is a good combination. And sometimes I know for me, it's just feeling clear in my brain. And sometimes that means going outside and getting fresh air. So what I've learned is sometimes when I'm feeling really kind of hyped up, I can take even Breathe, which I didn't bring out here. I can take Breathe and dab it in my hand, and that peppermint and everything just helps oxygenate my system and helps me just think clearer, and that just helps my mood adjust. So there are a lot of things that we can use for mood. Now, I've went over a lot of oils there, but as you saw, a lot of those were repeats. We can use our oils, one oil for lots of things, like literally Melaleuca, you can use it for 1,000 things. Lavender, 1,000 things. Frankincense, oh my goodness, that's just like frankincense is the king of oils. So we've got a lot of, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, those were 10, and then 2 of the more mood oils. Now, if you're like, you want oils in your home, but you just want to focus on your kids for right now. So maybe you're like, things are kind of crazy. I just want to focus. What can I get for my kids? Well, you can get those oils, or Doterra has a specific kids line that they came out with. But everybody in your family can use them. But this makes them super easy. And there's 7, I believe. I only brought out 5. But they made them super easy to use. If you buy the kids collection, they come with these carabiners. And so these just kind of hang on a strap in my book bag. So we have Tamer for like belly issues. We have Calmer for like mood, sleep, mood and sleep and focus. Another good one. Then we have Thinker. This one came off. Thinker is another good focus blend. And for the physical side, we talked about Tamer for like belly issues, digestive issues, but Stronger is our protective blend, so that's kind of like your immune support, seasonal support. And then we have Rescuer, which is like for boo-boos, any sort of injury, things like that. So we have those as well, and they come pre-diluted, so you just get them on. So that is an option if you're new to oils and you just want to get things you can use right away. The top 10 kits are more discounted, more heavily discounted with a free wholesale account, but we get you hooked up with whatever works best for you. That's what we're here for, is for you and get you hooked up. So I'm going to name some combinations for you guys if you want to take just another second to write down maybe some combinations. So for kids needing help going to sleep and staying asleep, Lavender or Serenity with wild orange. So if your little ones are having a hard time controlling emotions. Of course, emotions are not a bad thing, but if they just need to take a second to calm down and feel more at peace, then balance is super, super good for that. Or serenity. Balance and serenity is actually called the monster tamer. So balance and serenity are your best friends. What else here? Okay, so just when you come down with just a common runny nose, issues like that, a good blend is Melaleuca, lemon, and OnGuard. Or you could use stronger. If you have little babies that get that buildup on their scalp, Melaleuca or lemon oil is really good to massage with almond oil into their scalp to help remove that. For ear discomfort, Melaleuca, like we talked about. If your child is needing a healthier body temperature, then you can dilute a drop of peppermint and carrier oil and rub it on the bottoms of their feet. If they're going through a really bad immune threat and they feel really sick, lemon and Melaleuca, and of course the OnGuard. And then let's see, if your child's feeling any sort of stress from change or their environment or something, balance is really good. And balance is good, that's the grounding blend, but also the kids kit comes with Brave, and that's another one you can use. So there are some recommendations from the book. So I hope this has been informative and helpful for you guys. My kids are really, my kids began my natural health journey because I'd always kind of been minded that way. But then when I had kids, I realized how significant it was to support them and how I needed to step up my game to support them naturally with food and in all the things, food, but then eventually, the supplements and all of those sort of things. So Doterra has supplements that help you, that are phenomenal for your kids. If your kids don't have any chewable supplements and omegas, so super good for your brain, but they have oils in them, which is really, really cool. So they're getting that support too. I personally, for a foundation of health, take Doterra's Lifelong Vitality. It's also called LLV because Lifelong Vitality is long to say. And that's a trio of supplements that supports my energy, my cells, my brain, circulatory health. But these are unique because they all include essential oils. So these are the only essential oil supplements in the world. I forgot to bring them out here, but as a trio of supplements, I take them every single day just to maintain steady energy. And just I see an improvement in my health, my skin, my hair, inflammation in the body, promote a proper inflammatory response in the body, and so many things. My husband noticed that he has a lot better sleep. So Lifelong Vitality for us or your teenagers, and then they have A to Z chewable for kiddos, and then an omega oil that has wild orange in it. So we use those to give us a good foundation, so the oils just work even better. So if you're curious about any of this and you're not currently working with someone in Doterra, you don't have good support, or you don't have a person that will properly support you, I should say it that way, then please contact me on YouTube. The information will be below. You can click on a little form link and just fill it out, and I will contact you and say, hey, how can we help you? If you're on Facebook, send me a private message or comment below this post, and I will say, hey, I want more info, and I will contact you. So those are the two easiest ways to get in contact with me, is on Facebook through our Flourishing Roots home page. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, click that link, that form, and it will just ask you, your name and how to best contact you and what are some of your issues. You want to, if you have a friend that gives really good oil support, then support that friend. But I'm here for those people that don't have anyone and are looking for a good support. We have a private Facebook group, also called Flourishing Roots, but not Flourishing Roots Home, a private Facebook group just for oil education. So we don't just give you oils and leave you alone. We actually give you oils and never leave you alone. So I'd love to get you hooked up and get some of these oils for free. The starter kits that we have get you the best bang for your buck because they waive a wholesale account. They waive your wholesale account fee So that you want wholesale pricing. After you pay retail for about 2 times you could have paid for your wholesale account, which is like Sam's Club or Costco. So it gives you a free wholesale account, so you get 25% off all the time. And it also gets you access to our private group, and it also gets you some free oils. So 3 to 5 oils for free. Some of these oils that we talked about today, actually a lot of them we could get you for free with those starter kits. So give me a ring, give me a ding ding, and we will help you get started. I hope that really helps you guys. If you have any questions, post them below on Facebook or YouTube, and I will do my best to just do my best, okay? So anyway, I hope your kiddos stay well and happy and whole, and know that you can have things in your home that can work super, super effectively and cheaply, literally pennies per drop, to help take care of your family. So I look forward to hearing from you guys, and I will see you later. Bye.